ESPN's NBA rankings are out. Their predictions, I should say, whatever it may be. Oh God, how do we not have a station subscription to ESPN Plus? Gee, what is it, like $10 a year or some crap? I got to go on my cell phone and do this. How do we not have a subscription to that just for the station in general? It's so goofy. The Sacramento Kings. Now they put out the Western Conference. Who they think is are gonna kind of finish in the top six?
I'm sure everybody's darling OKC, right?
Well, I'll tell you, Jason.
Or Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to tell you that what's going on.
You would like to.
I would really. Here we go. I think I got it now because they freaking move everything. Here we go. So you think who is? Have you seen this yet?
Not.
Okay.
This is ranking the Western Conference.
Ranking the Western Conference. We'll go 1 to 6.
Okay, I feel very confident that OKC, Minnesota, and Dallas will be in the top 5. Probably top 4.
Okay. But who's number 1?
I think they're going to say OKC.
OKC, number 1, predicted 57-25.
Okay, see what you did there, Jason.
Number 2, I think they're going to say, I'll go with Minnesota.
Number 2, 54-28.
Okay. Number 3, Dallas.
52-30.
Number 3.
3 for 3.
4, Phoenix.
No. First miss.
Denver.
52-30.
Oh, so tied. Okay. So that's 4.
Yeah, but they won the head-to-head.
Yeah, okay. Where was Phoenix?
Number 5.
Okay.
Number 5 at 49-33.
So now we're to 6.
We are to 6, the final team in the top 6.
Well, I hope it's the Kings, but I don't know.
If it wasn't the Kings, who would you think it would be?
Maybe New Orleans.
The Sacramento Kings are predicted to finish 6th by ESPN.com at 47-30.
Wow. So
Sacramento, do Cool Hand a favor and light the beam.
So one less win than 2 years ago, but one more win than last year. And there's a drop off from what was Phoenix 50 wins?
Phoenix was 49-33.
49. Okay,
Kings 2 games behind them, and really the Kings finished, according to this, 10 games behind the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Kings and Mavs in the first round.
That's what I'm talking about. The only thing they really don't go team by team, but it says rounding out the top 6 are 2 teams who will have new looks for different reasons. The Suns will hope for the improved health from the big 3 of Durant, Booker, and Beal, who shared the court for just 41 games last season. I mean, it's a very legitimate point. If Booker, Beal, and Durant are able to, I don't know,
hit the benchmark 65.
65.
They're going to be better.
They're going to
be
has
a chance to be really good.
I'm with you.
And but like Tyus Jones edition.
Right, exactly. But it's also like, well, and if you and I can shoot a 73 today if we play golf, what are the chances of Durant? I mean, Durant actually
he played 70 games. It was really Beal.
It was Beal because Durant, it's so weird last year. Durant, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James combined, I think, for something like 215 games, over 70 for their health was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And then it says the Kings, meanwhile, added all-star DeMar DeRozan, who joins guard De'Aaron Fox to create one of the most clutch backcourts in the league. And I'm totally nitpicking here. I'm being silly, but I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. Who's a more clutch backcourt? You literally have the number 1 and number 2 clutch guys in the league over the last couple of years, for the most part, on the same team. Who's more clutchy? Steph Curry by himself?
I was going to say Steph won it last year. So if De'Aaron won it the first year, Steph last year, and Steph just by himself, yeah.
But it's not Steph and Buddy. Oh, God. I have thought about that, by the way. Probably more than I should. Like if Buddy Hield went to the Warriors, he got 3 votes in another ESPN prediction to be an All-Star this year.
Mm-hmm.
What if Buddy goes to the Warriors and is, I mean, like he and Curry are like the next splash? Because by the way, I know no, it's not going to happen. Well, hold on a second. The only guy who's even anywhere near Steph Curry, and in some cases ahead of him when it comes to 3-point metrics over the last 5 years, is Buddy Hield.
Right.
Like if Steph Curry didn't exist, Buddy Hield would be thought of as the most prolific 3-point shooter in the game right now. So now you put both of those guys in the backcourt together. How is that going to work for Kings fans? And I'm putting myself in there. If Buddy Hield goes off with the Warriors, they form the second edition of the Splash Brothers. They're the surprise top 3 seed. Steph is rejuvenated. Buddy makes the All-Star team. And at one point, he's going to be doing an interview. He's like, hey, look, no disrespect to my previous teams, but I played for the Pelicans and I played for the Kings.
Right.
And then I was, basically put on the bench with the Sixers.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do? I finally got a chance with a good team and a good coach.
Right. Yeah, when he was with the Pacers, they weren't not the team before he was dealt. Yeah.
I forgot about the Pacers. So, like, we should be happy for it. But
I get the feeling you're not.
I don't know how much of it would be, and it's always weird when ex players go on to do well, because you want to be like, well, you know what? Good for them, and just wasn't working here.
Yeah.
But you don't want to crap on your own house either. So you're always kind of like defensive. Like, no, we would have been better if you were Buddy Fingers.
Right. So that was Kings at 6. Who are the next 4 teams? Like the teams?
Just like the also rans, if you will.
Rans.
There's
probably not much separation from right after the Kings. New Orleans, maybe?
No.
Lakers, Clippers.
Got to keep them separated.
I'm having a hard time here because this thing keeps flying around, Jason. I'm sorry. Hey, now. Here we go. Probably. All right. The also ran also getting votes, the play-in group. So the Kings at 47 and 35. 1 game behind them, the New Orleans Pelicans. 1 game behind the Pelicans, the Golden State Warriors. 1 game behind the Warriors, both the Rockets and the Grizzlies.
So Lakers and Clippers don't even make it, huh?
Lakers and Clippers made the bottom 5. Lakers, Clippers, Spurs, Jazz, Pelicans.
Or Blazers, you mean?
Or Blazers. I got thrown there because I want to go to a depth chart here real quick, Jason, because there's one thing in there that kind of threw me. Yeah. So here's the thing. Always about health. But I'm under the assumption that these rankings are generally done considering, okay, if everybody was healthy, okay. So if we're going under the assumption that everyone is healthy, there is one incredibly egregious error, I believe, in these rankings. Huge error. Everyone's healthy. And I'm going to give them to you again. You tell me if you think anyone is ranked too high or way too low. Thunderwolves, Mavericks, Nuggets, Suns, Kings, Pelicans, Warriors, Grizzlies, Rockets. There is one team in there that I think is egregiously ranked, either too high or too low, assuming everybody stays healthy. And the Suns, to me, are second, because if everyone stays healthy.
Right. I don't know.
Ja Morant, Marcus Smart, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., and then either Zach Edey or one of these guys off the bench, a Gigi Jackson, a Vince Williams, a Santi Aldama, Brandon Clark, who is back. People forget. Not only was Ja Morant out, Marcus Smart was hurt. Jaren Jackson was hurting. And we talked about it at length last year. Brandon Clark is the captain of that defense, one of the most vocal players in the league, and I think one of the highest IQ players in the league. If we're under the assumption that everyone's healthy, it is incredibly difficult for me to see the Memphis Grizzlies not being a top 4 team. I mean, incredibly difficult. I think a lot of people. Now, if you're saying, I don't think the Grizzlies are going to be that great this year because these guys aren't going to stay healthy or out of trouble. Okay.
Well, yeah, but
that's fine.
How do you predict injuries?
That's right. Yeah. But if the Grizzlies were, nobody stays fully healthy, of course, but if the Grizzlies were to get, again, the benchmark, 65 out of everybody.
Yeah. Would you think if, again, the premise fully healthy, would you have the Lakers and Clippers out? of the top 10?
Out of the top 10, I might have the Lakers sneak in for the Rockets. I mean, the Clippers have Kawhi.
Right. They have more than that.
I mean, well, let's just
They have your boy James Harden.
again.
Yeah.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard, Harden, Terrence Mann, Derek Jones Jr., Ivica Zubac. I don't like that team, and it's not just because of Harden. I just don't like
What
that
else?
team.
Norman Powell.
Chris Dunn, Norman Powell, Amir Coffey, and Nicholas Batum, and Mo Bamba.
Okay.
And PJ Tucker, who I wouldn't mind picking up either, by the way, for the power forward spot. But that's a whole different Donnie. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got a lot of cleanup for you in the 7:43 we'll get to, plus 8 o'clock fantasy football talk.